beautiful friends. Today I am going to be doing a gray blending technique on my client Kimberly. She's been coming into me for about a year or two now, and I do a mix of highlights and lowlights on her, but today I think I'm going to do something a little different, and I'm going to do a demi-permanent root smudge on her when I tone her. So I'm excited to see how that's going to turn out, and I hope you stay tuned and learn a thing or two.
So here's my lovely client, Kimberly. She has quite a bit of gray, so every time I see her, I always try to do my best to blend the gray, her level 6, level 5-ish natural color, and the highlights. When she first started coming to me, she was getting permanent color done to her hair. She was maybe a level 5, level 4 dyed, and it was just getting too dark, and she was so tired of doing her roots all the time, and she just felt so washed out and awful being that dark. So I was like, well, let's try and get you lighter. Let's just kind of bridge the dark you have with the gray and just blend it all as best as possible. So that's been our journey the last 2 years, and I'm doing a full today. Normally I like to for clients, I like to tell them, let's do 1, maybe 2 fulls a year, and then in between do partials, just to get the underside bright and blended. So I'm starting at the hairline and speeded this up a little bit so it doesn't get boring for you. But just going around the hairline in the back first, and I believe my formula is starting with 20 volume O&M's ammonia-free keratin lightener. I used all O&M for this process. It is by far my favorite line that I've used. That is low-tox and ammonia-free. I also have been dabbling in Arate and the Innersense Color Purity line, which is really great too. I feel like the Innersense one is a little more customizable, but also sometimes I'm in a hurry, and I'm not saying I'm a lazy hairstylist, but sometimes I just like colors that are already mixed and I could just grab it and go. And O&M has a lot of that. Like, their colors are just beautiful, and everything's like, you just grab it and go. You don't even have to think about it. You just create things really quickly with O&M colors. And but I do love the Innersense. I feel like the Innersense Color Purity line is amazing for gray coverage, and the colors are beautiful, very natural looking, and so pretty. I do like Arate as well. I find the gray coverage with Arate is not as great as Innersense or O&M. But O&M, is like that trusty old reliable color line to me. And I could just grab whatever, and I just always know it's going to be great and look great. So I'm continuing up the head, and I'm doing, I guess this is kind of like a bricklay sectioning. So a diagonal foil on the right side, then a diagonal foil on the left side, and then that little triangle that's in the middle, I'll do a section there. I'm taking I'm not taking huge weavings or huge partings, and I kind of like to mix it up. Like, it depends on how light someone wants to be. If someone wants to be really, really light, I like to do slices, but like really fine slices and teas, and I'll just do that all throughout the head. But then I do like doing
woven and then teased sectioning or partings or whatever. And it just, the weaving and the teasing, it always just blends so nicely. That's like the best for people who don't want to be overly bright and just want like that soft hint of highlights. And yeah, it just looks great. You can never go wrong with some teasy lights. So now I'm up at the top of the head. I did do a mohawk section. I feel like with mohawk sectioning, I can get really close to the scalp better that way. And we're doing just an overall brightness for her and just blending all that gray as well as possible. So I'm doing all the sectioning just like really, even though I am teasing, I'm trying to get as close to the scalp as possible without overdoing it. I hope that makes sense. And we're in the front. And as I'm getting towards the front of her head, I believe I start doing slices. I like to do slices maybe the last 4 foils on the near the money piece, the hairline, and their I believe what I do. Sorry, bear with me. I believe what I did was I did a slice, 2 slices that were just sliced and then teased, and then the last 2 around her face were woven but not teased. I believe that's what I did. You know, this kind of technique, it's like you just got to get a feel for it, and you know, like when you do it a million times, you just start to realize like what looks good on people and what doesn't, and then you're like, well, next time I'll do this around their hairline or whatever. So that's what I do, is I just, not that it looks bad and I need to fix it, but I'm just like, man, I wish I made it a little bit brighter or a little bit more blended or whatnot. So I believe that these little sections right here, I just wove and I didn't tease, just to get some added brightness. And I did the same here on the sides around the hairline. The first 2, I usually don't tease. I just weave it really fine and 2 back to back. Oh, Kimberly, she's so sweet. We had a really interesting conversation this day. She's a really interesting lady. I love talking with her though. Don't you love just having those clients that just have the most interesting stories? Sometimes I just don't even talk. I just let them talk. I don't even feel like I have anything important to input. I'm just like, just talk. Just tell me what's going on with you. Tell me everything. And she's one of those clients. She will just go on and I'm just like, wow, you're awesome. So as I'm going up the side of the head, I'm doing a like diagonal section, but then I'm kind of pivoting to eventually doing a horizontal section. And you can probably see that on this side as well. Doing some weaves, no tease in the hairline. Oh, I guess I did do a tease right there. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I'm like, does this need a tease? Okay, I'm going to tease it. Anywho, okay. So here you can see I'm going to have diagonal sections, starting at diagonal, and then I'm slowly pivoting to have it where it stops up by the mohawk foils. It's going to be completely horizontal. And she also, there were some really wide sections on the side, so I did split it up in two because sometimes you can't fit all of the section in the foil and it might get too smushed in the foil. So I just divvy it up, just divide it into two. Okay, now we're on to toning. So, first things first, I do her base, which is, I believe I did 8WN and 7.0 with 10 volume. And her hair is wet. I mean, it's like towel dried. But I feel like the demi, when the hair is wet like this, it gives such a soft, blendy, it just blends all that gray and all the highlights and kind of mushes them together and just makes them look really, really natural and blended together. So just going up the head and applying the demi and being really mindful about the front because I don't want the hairline, you know, I want that to stay bright. So I'm just kind of gently applying it and then I will go in with the rest of the toner. I believe, let's see, what did I use? I believe I used 9.0, 9.6, and I might have used a little bit of sand, which I love adding to toners. It just gives such a beautiful, soft blonde, sandy blonde. So that's coming up here. Yeah, that's it right there. So 9.0, 9.6, and some sand with 3.5 volume O&M. Starting in the back of the head and using my comb. I forget what the name of that comb is, but it's really, really good for blending toner. I'm just applying this as fast as I can and blending it through. I also like the Color Wow comb. That one's really good too, but I don't have it here at my Glendora studio. I have it at my LA studio. So I have this blue comb and I forget the name of it, but some hairstylists recommended it and I really like it. It's really great for detangling. I also like the wet brush. I think I'm using that in this as well. And I believe I let this process for about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. I did eyeball it, but I wanted that demi to kind of soak in the head. But yeah, once all of this is on, all this toner, I left it on for like 10, 15 minutes. And here is the final result. I'll have a better picture coming up here. But I blew it out really nicely, and here is a close-up of the beautiful blend. And also, here is what it looked like before. Quite a difference. I just love using that demi to blend out the root and the gray and the blonde. So pretty. She left me so many messages about how much she loved her hair. I was so stoked to hear that. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.